This is The Gorge. It's a podcast. My friends and I get together and gorge ourselves on what's happening in the world of video games and entertainment.
Oh, I just started to yawn. I'm sorry. The Gorge is brought to you by Patreon. That's patreon.com/thegorge, where for just $5 a month, you gain access to not one, but two entire podcasts. $5 gets you takeout, a monthly commentary track where we all get together and decide we don't feel like playing something, so we watch something and talk over it instead. And $2 is the grab bag tier. It's everything else. Whatever that is not takeout goes in there. It could be anything. It could be a cat or a horse, or the Lost Belt 7 spoiler cast whenever that happens. Anything, really. And for $10 a month, you get exclusive pictures of my dog Peanut, who is the podcast mascot, basically.
Yeah.
At this point. So yeah, all of that and more at patreon.com/thegorge.
We should design like a sports team logo for Peanut.
Yeah, there's so many things I want to make for the podcast, but because I'm a graphic designer as my full-time job, I'm always like, okay, time to sit down and do some fun stuff for the podcast, and I hate looking at Photoshop. Never mind.
Just give him like a stitched eye, like a Popeye type thing.
That would be so cute. I would love that. No, there's so many things. I want to make that Strange Gamers Union t-shirt so badly, but I work a full-time job where that's my job, and I don't want to. So maybe at some point. There's going to be merch someday, I swear.
Someday.
You have to do it, because otherwise I'll do it, and I will not do it even remotely as good.
That's not true.
No, Sarah, the difference is you know how to use things like Illustrator.
I guess that's true. Listen,
that's like,
do you really want the Strange Gamers Union shirt made in GIMP?
That's like a good point. That's like whenever I do the thumbnails for the YouTube uploads, I'm like, don't worry, I'll handle the YouTube thumbnails. He threatened.
Yeah. Honestly, anybody who tells you Illustrator is super hard is lying to you. Illustrator is easy. It's simple.
I know.
It's design.
I just have to actually learn it.
I know, it's design software for babies. It's fine. Anyways, what have we all been up to? It's a roundup. What are we doing?
I'll go first this time.
Yeah, Ben, go first. I haven't done much.
It has not been much. I am obviously still doing DS9.
Yeah, what'd you last watch?
I just watched the episode where Quark finds a baby in a dumpster.
Oh yeah, that's a great one.
And it's like, hey, I found this baby, and Cisco is like, well, put it back. It doesn't belong to you.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. That one's good.
What that episode literally is my station's commander, we're not getting a baby. My station's commander 5 minutes later with the baby.
Oh yeah, no, that's the thing. Is that Benjamin Sisko is like such a natural born dad that somebody handed him a baby and he was just like, oh, who's a baby? Who's a baby? I love babies.
Who's an evil baby lizard? You're an evil baby lizard.
But it's okay because you're a cute evil baby lizard.
And then he bites his finger.
Yeah, exactly.
Very, very, one of those episodes that makes you think.
Oh yeah, sure.
About like, oh yeah, how do you deprogram something where there's nothing there to reprogram?
Right. That's a good one. That's actually
it is a good one.
It kind of ties into the whole the Jim Hadar thing, which is obviously a thing that is going to be with DS9 until the very end. Yeah,
the Jim Hadar are really shaping up to be like the just the default antagonists.
Yeah, but they're super. I mean, they're not the antagonists. They're just the foot soldiers of the antagonists, right?
We can't really use the Romulans or the Klingons anymore. We need another race of just muscle.
Yeah, just bad guys that do bad things.
The thing with the baby deprogramming episode is that it is, to me, the most of the Deep Space Nine episodes I've watched, the one that is the most like a good Voyager episode.
Yes.
Where the thing it is concerned with is it's a great episode, objectively.
Sure. Yes.
But the big sci-fi question at the heart of it is, what if someone was born ontologically evil and there's nothing you could do to fix them, and also it's a racial thing?
Right.
What if they are just that way?
it's doing fantasy races like orcs and shit.
Yeah.
Where they're just like that way.
And it's like one of those things where it's like, I'm not entirely sure what you want me to bring into the real world with this, Mr. Star Trek, but I'm not convinced it's necessarily a good thing. But like, you know, hey, you got the spirit.
At least with this episode with DS9 is that they are painting this as a tragic thing.
Yeah, it's a bad thing because
instead of it being like, oh well, they're ontologically evil, which means it's okay to kill them.
Right. It's more like painted. It's like a tragic thing because like they are like evil at birth, but like it's not really their fault because they were genetically programmed.
Yeah.
Like because they're like a designer species that the Dominion made so that they're like more aggressive and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, that's kind of interesting. At least it's like it's a, you know, it's about power structures.
Yeah.
And how much control you actually have over your own life, I guess. Right.
The metaphor more felt more about like, how do you successfully deprogram like a child soldier?
Right. Yeah.
You know, who has only grown up knowing war. How do you bring them into a time of peace when they didn't have any development in peacetime?
Right. Yeah.
When they were forced to do horrific things, you know, as part of growing up. Like,
right.
how do
even
you
though the baby has never technically done a war crime.
Right.
It's kind of the same like mindset. I think that's interesting. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah,
Deep Space Nine is doing some good shit.
It's neat. It's just
it's
very
good.
like
It is very funny.
There's also that layer though is why I was like, oh, this reminds me of Voyager.
Yeah. I had to skip a stinker of an episode of Voyager the other day. I won't skip Threshold, but I did skip one. I saw the Paramount Plus summary was basically Chakotay meets his Indian space like aliens like sky gods, and they're aliens. And I was like, no, I'm good.
No, I'm okay.
Generally speaking, if an episode summary says it's about Chakotay and like a Native American thing that is definitely fake because it was fed to them secretly by a white guy.
Yeah.
Skip it. You can skip that. You have my permission to skip that. I don't think there's any of those episodes that are secretly good.
Yeah, no. Then I think the one after that, I'm kind of losing it. There's that episode that has to deal with Seska. I won't say anything else, Ben. But boy, I talked about this a little on BlueSky. The difference in like horny between Deep Space Nine and Voyager is a gulf. It's incredible. Like
they're Berman maxing over there.
They're Berman maxing so hard over there. It's fucking insane, dude.
No, I don't. I don't know. I don't know if I'm. You know, obviously, I'm not too far into like.
You're not too far into
DS9, but like the most horny I've seen so far is mostly just like Ferengi and Dabo girls. Like
no, it gets, there's more.
Okay.
There's like an episode that I think you will encounter in the season you're on.
Mm-hmm. Oh, is actually, it the episode where everybody wants to fuck everybody?
No, I don't know if I've seen that one or not.
Okay, that's a really good one. That's actually the funniest episode of all time because it's an episode, and I won't spoil too much, but it is an episode where Kira and Bashir can't fight the desire to want to fuck each other, even though, like, it's not coming from a normal place. But listen, I need you to understand something really important. That episode is how I know those two hooked up in the real world, which they did. By the way, they got married and had a kid over the course of Deep Space Nine. And that episode is how I know why. Because the chemistry between those two is insane. It's absurd. You just watch it, you're like, my God, it's like watching two Fae folk court each other, right?
Well, I was gonna say, like, the thing is that Nana Visitor and Alexander Siddiq are both like elves. Like
they
real
are.
life,
they're gorgeous.
They shrunk their ears down, and they've taken mortal lifespans, but they are two of the last living elves.
It's incredible.
And, like, look, obviously the elves are gonna want to have sex with each other.
I know, and the thing is, that chemistry literally only lasted the entire runtime of Deep Space Nine. They married.
Immediately divorced after that show ended.
Immediately divorced after the show.
That's so funny.
They got married and had a baby together, and then the show was over, and they were like, oh, wait, huh. And then it was over. Hilarious. Love celebrities. Crazy lives.
I choose to believe it is literally just as soon as they no longer had the show to talk about, they realized they didn't have anything really to talk about.
Totally. But no, there are episodes of Deep Space Nine where everybody wants to fuck everybody, and it's all very horny. But but it feels more like normal. It just feels like like, yeah, it's a show about how Star Trek is set in a food court. And so everybody works together all the time. So they're going to want to fuck each other at some point. Voyager is just like, all women are whores unless they're Janeway. And you're like, whoa. Oh my God.
Great.
Or your B'Elanna Torres, who has the worst taste in men of any Star Trek woman I've ever met. And that might actually include Kes and her being married to Neelix. B'Elanna Torres is out here somehow doing worse for herself.
Kes has an excuse. She's 2.
She's 2 and she's only ever met the one guy, right? And she kind of has like a weird sort of will they won't they thing with Tom Paris that's going absolutely nowhere. But B'Elanna Torres is like, I've already seen the episode where because like again, before Oates started watching Deep Space Nine, she was occasionally just putting Voyager on in the background, like while cleaning and stuff. So I've seen a couple episodes from the future, you know. So I know that her and Tom Paris become a thing, and she wants to fuck Chakotay, and I'm just like, girl,
get better taste.
On my hands and knees, I am begging you to do better for yourself. Oh my God, just be a lesbian, please.
Not in Star Trek.
Not in Star Trek.
Not in 90s Star Trek, unfortunately.
Not in 90s Star Trek. It's fucked up. Oh my God.
There's so many. Like, here's the thing. Like, and like, you'll meet Seven of Nine eventually. But by God, so many of the plots of these episodes could be resolved by any given characters going like, I think I'm going to enter into a homosexual relationship.
Exactly. I could save her with homosexuality.
If I simply extend my available options to the same sex, suddenly this is no longer difficult.
My life is so much easier now.
Options.
Oh my God. It's incredible. Yeah, Voyager is something else. I can't tell. I wish I could talk about the most insane, like, final sting of a plot hook that came up in the most recent episode I watched. I posted about it. I know. But it's insane. I posted about it in Big Gay Nerds chat, so Saturn's already seen me scream about it.
Let me go remind myself real quick.
Very quickly. If you scroll up, you'll see it. It's literally me shrieking.
While they're looking that up, I will say I also watched the episode where
oh, right, this one. Yeah.
The other episode where a female member of the crew gets kidnapped by the enemy species and gets turned into them.
Oh, the one with Kira?
Yeah, because I got that one there. That also happened to Troy in TNG. But she did that voluntarily. She became a Romulan, I think.
Yeah,
that episode's great, though. I love that because I do love they spend the entire episode basically trying to convince Kira, no, you were actually always like this. You were conditioned to think that you weren't.
Yeah.
It's such a good episode because after a little while, you start also going like,
damn, was she though?
Yeah,
was
and then
she though?
But the twist is what really I was like, this episode was kind of losing me, but then the twist happened. I'm like, oh no, it's great. It's beautiful.
Yeah, the twist is great. It's super strong. I love Kira's not dad, like her Cardassian dad.
Yeah, her fake dad.
Her fake dad is very cool. He's like a genuinely cool guy. Yeah, that's a great episode.
It's really good.
Yes, Deep Space Nine is the best to ever do it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right, because they also did do that dumbass episode with Troy, and it was okay. It was okay.
It was all right.
You get to see Troy actually have a personality for once.
Yeah, Troy gets to do stuff sometimes.
Yeah, it's very
which
rare.
is surprise. Yeah,
it's nice for Deanna to get to do anything in an episode that isn't a fistful of data, where she's the best character.
Right.
Oh man.
What else have I been doing? I'm almost done with Pirate Yakuza.
Wow, already?
It was never meant to be long. It was always going to be it was always just meant to be a Gaiden. It's a Gaiden game.
Yeah, it's a spin-off.
Kind of like the
kind
of like the man who erased his name, the one that was set between 7 and 8. Like, it was never meant to be long. But it's still packed to the gills with stuff to do.
Oh, good.
Like, I'm in like the last chapter, and I'm at the point where they're like, hey, wrap up all the stuff you want to do because you're gonna hit endgame soon. So I'm going around doing like all of the pirate stuff. like the actual go hunt for treasure and sail around the islands and do little mini dungeons to get loot and recruit people and all that. I already put the kid character Noah Rich. I already put him on Scrimblow of the Year.
I see.
He's one of the best kid characters I've ever seen.
Okay, sure.
Like he's a phenomenal companion to Goro Majima.
Okay.
The only thing I've seen of this kid character is like one of those, you know how they have like skits in that game, right?
Yeah.
Tales skits. Is one of him having a conversation with Goro Majima where he's telling him all about shark movies, which is code for specifically the sci-fi original shark movies.
His dad is
like
obsessed
freak
with
ass
them.
monster sharks.
His dad loves those movies, and since they live in like a really tiny local island, they don't get like, you know, a lot of stuff. So that's all he's watched growing up is these dumb shark movies.
Imagine if you were like a Power Rangers kid, but instead of Power Rangers, it was various sci-fi original shark movies.
It was yeah. No, he's great. He's surprisingly intelligent and like, you know, emotionally mature. He serves as a great, like, he's a great reason why Goro would be taking all this seriously.
Sure.
Like, he's got the responsibility of a kid around him. Like, he's got to be serious about certain things because there is a child. Mm-hmm. But Noah is kind of a smartass, and he gets one over on like the Pirate King every so often.
I love a good kid character. They're really hard to do. They're almost impossible to do. But yeah. You
give Goro his own Haruka. Like this little child he has to take care of, but instead of, you know, being kind of like a sheltered, demure little 8-year-old girl, he's like this smart ass, like adventurous, snarky, like little kid.
Yeah, that's fun.
And it works really well. It complements Goro's character really well. And he has a pet tiger, which is dope.
Don't we all wish we could, right?
Yeah.
Truly, yeah.
You better hope Cosmic Kiryu doesn't come around like that. I'm sure that fool is a 60-plus-year-old cancer patient could still beat 2 tigers in a fight.
Oh, totally.
I mean, I don't know. We'll see what Yakuza 9 has to tell us after. I'm assuming that's after Project Century is like a Dragon 9.
Yeah.
I just want them to be brave enough to give us a game with bald Kiryu.
I agree.
God.
You should be brave enough to shave all that man's hair off, right? Like,
now, he should still have his comically huge eyebrows. But
yes, I was gonna say.
bald.
Of course, that hair doesn't fall out.
Mm-hmm. That hair is like locked in, right? It said, I'm not going fucking nowhere. The top hair, absolutely. Eyebrows, no, not going anywhere. I'm sorry.
It would be hilarious if they did like a thing where it's like, the reason Kiryu is level 1 again in like a Dragon 9 is because he just got out of chemo. Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, I better get all my muscle back.
Yeah.
Ichiban, take me with you on your adventures.
I gotta start from level 1 again.
Oh, yeah, he'll be your cleric in the next game because he's decided to fully convert to Buddhism as to make the bald-headedness seem like an intentional decision.
Mm-hmm.
He picks up part-time nurse as a job so he can do healing in the party.
Yeah.
He's like, well, while I was in the hospital, I was really inspired by the hard work and ethics of the nursing staff.
They're the real heroes, not me.
Yeah.
It is very funny playing this game because it is, you know, obviously a lot more lighthearted than other Yakuza games were.
Sure.
It's a short, dumb pirate adventure where you are literally going to a pirate island and fighting sailing ships with cannons. Versus, you know, at least from what I've played of 7 and 8, which has instances of Ichiban looking directly in the camera and saying, the way we as a society treat the homeless and the ex-convicts is honestly deplorable.
Yeah.
It's more about like, hey, don't break your word to your friends.
Right. And
if you believe in yourself, you can accomplish all your dreams and beat the Pirate King.
That's right.
That is real.
I love One Piece.
It's literally, remember that old comic of Brooke, Nami, and Usopp talking about like what they're gonna do when they find the One Piece, and Brooke is like, "Ah, yes, when we go and kill the Pirate King and seize his land," and they're like, "No. Except that there's a real Pirate King that Majima has to overthrow."
That's right. You actually have to go kill the Pirate King. Yeah.
And he's Samoa Joe.
Yeah, of course. Sounds good to me. I mean, this might as well be happening.
Yeah, very, very good game. I'm greatly enjoying it, and I'm excited to just go back and like once I finish this, like, yeah, I'll probably just go play Zero and go through the original games, the prequels, as it were, for me.
All those other fucking video games before you got to Like a Dragon 7. Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever have 7 prequel games to 2 RPGs?
7 prequel beat 'em ups to 2 JRPGs. Yeah.
Man, they really made a lot of games about this secondary character from 8.
Yeah.
What else did I do? Oh, I started watching, because it's also on Paramount Plus, I started watching Ghosts.
What is that?
It is a sitcom about ghosts. It's based on a British show.
Okay.
Where the idea is that this couple inherits this old manor.
I've heard of that show. Is it cute?
It's really funny.
Okay.
It's like super funny and really enjoyable.
Yes, I have heard of that one. It looks cute.
She hits her head, and suddenly, because she's been dead for 3 minutes, she can see the ghosts that haunt the mansion.
Right.
And they're all from different eras. Like there's one that's like a 90s businessman. There's a scout leader from the 80s. There's a Native American, a Viking, like an old Victorian woman. A revolutionary soldier. Yeah,
no, that's fun. I've heard about that show. Okay. I didn't know it was on Paramount Plus. I should watch that. Okay.
Yeah, it's really good.
Cute.
That's kind of about it.
Hey, that's better than me, dude.
Pirate Yakuza has been consuming a lot of my time.
That's correct.
I will say one final thing about Pirate Yakuza that I find really hilarious. This is the first game I played that has Deborah Wilson as a major character, and she is not playing a character that looks like herself.
Okay. Wait, what is
Deborah Wilson, if you looked her up, you would know exactly the characters that she plays. She is she's the black lady in Wolfenstein 2.
Oh,
with the very big eyes.
Yes.
Yeah, and if you look her up on like behind the voice actor, you'll see like she just plays that character and everything.
Right.
Is she in Destiny? Am I?
I don't know.
1 second.
She might have been in Destiny. She does a lot of.
Oh my god, she's my wife.
What?
She's Savathun in Destiny 2.
Oh my god, okay.
Hold on. Here's the thing, Ben. I will pull up a picture of who she plays in Destiny 2, because it is the other character she plays who does not exactly look like her, let's say. Here's a picture of my beloved wife.
I'm waiting with bated breath. Oh, no. Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, that's not quite what she usually plays. No.
That's not what she looks like I mean, I can kind of see the resemblance, but no.
I will say, I hadn't thought about it, because, like, I was trying to, like, place who I was doing when I was doing, like, the Morgan voice for the Devil Read. Mm-hmm. It's half of it's girl Rusty Venture, and then half of it is just Savathun.
Oh, great. I love that.
No, but if you look her up behind the voice actor, you'll see that she's just like, she plays a lot of very sharp-faced black women with gigantic eyes.
Sure, of course. She's got a unique face, and everyone's like, we want to use that unique face. It's a cool face.
And in this one, she's playing a narrow-eyed white woman.
Oh, well, good for her.
So, you know.
Branching out.
Variety.
And also the Witch Queen. So, it's fine. Good for her. No one will accuse her of being typecast. That's
exactly. For sure. That's really about it. I'll probably be I will be done with Like a Dragon by the time we record again.
Okay.
Because I probably only have like 1, maybe 2 like dedicated sessions of it left.
Wow. Okay, good for you.
So yeah, that's about it for me.
I wish I could say more. I really do. Because I bought Crow Country. I feel like I bought some other stuff. And then I just played more Fields of Mystery.
Yeah!
Like a lot of Fields of Mystery. Hang on, I can actually pull up my Steam on my laptop where I do all my recording on my laptop. I need to see something. Yeah. So Fields of Mysteria, right? It says time played in the last 2 weeks is 40 hours. I have not owned the game for a full 2 weeks, so
there you go. It's funny. I'm sure you're feeling the same way about this, but like the way I'm feeling about Pirate Yakuza is the same. Where it's like I kind of hit a rut earlier in the year, like for the past couple of months, where it's like I'm just kind of coasting. I'm just kind of spinning my wheels, and like I'm not really sure if I like video games as much as I do anymore. And then you just play one, and you're like, oh no.
Oh no,
it's still here.
It's just gotta be.
It's gotta be right. My tastes are a little more refined.
Yeah, it's just gotta. It's really crazy, honestly. Just
the 10-hour play session is still real.
I literally just, like, this past Saturday, I basically just sat and I played Fields of Mystery all day. I literally took a break to let my eyes rest for a little while because I was, like, starting to get the itchy eye where you stare at the screen too long. And I came up for air and, like, walked my dog. And then just went right back to it, honestly. Like, went right back. It was like, I was like, I'm going to do something else. And I was laying there and literally thinking about Fields of Mysteria. So that's where we're at right now.
Yep.
You know, I'm almost at the end of the currently available content of the video game, which is incredible. By the way, this game has only ever received one. So the game came out and got one more update, and that's it. The newest update is coming out March 10th. So from release to now, it's had one update, and it's pretty substantial. But from release till now, that's still 40 hours of video game that you can get for, like, not a lot of money, right?
Right.
And, like, even if you run out of stuff to do, it's not like the game just ends because it's a Stardew Valley, right? Like, the seasons will still cycle.
Yeah, you can still get numbers.
Yeah, you can still do numbers, so it's good. But, like, I'm about to hit max town rank that currently is available, and I'm about to hit the end of the currently available dungeon part of the video game. And obviously I like it a lot. The more I play it, the more I realize, like, it's doing things a little different. Like, yeah, like, visually, textually, it's very Stardew Valley-ish, but it is a far more relaxed Stardew Valley, which is in of itself supposed to be more relaxing, but I think Stardew Valley has really been hit with feature creep, where, like, because Concerned Ape just keeps working on it, he just keeps adding more stuff to it, right? So now it just feels like a little overwhelming, right? And this game is way more chill. Like, a thing I forgot to mention last time, because I honestly had forgotten about it in Stardew Valley, but if you run out of stamina in Stardew Valley, you just pass out for the day, right? Like, you have to be very careful with, like, stamina management. So, like, you have to, tend to the whole farm and then go do stuff around town and still have stamina left over to do all of that, right? But in Fields of Mystery, if you run out of town, you just can't take certain actions. Like, you can't chop down trees or mine or go fishing, stuff like anything that would realistically require stamina, you can't do. You don't pass out, so you can still run around town and, like, collect things and talk to villagers and stuff like that, right?
Right.
Because that doesn't take stamina. The only thing kind of holding against you is time. So it's, like, really nice. It's kind of laid back. It's very chill. I like it a lot, obviously.
Yeah. No kidding.
I watched the new video for the upcoming patch. It's on March 10th. They're adding a new part to the dungeon. It's actually a really cute thing. It's the fire. It's like the lava part of the dungeon. So the deal is you can bring your watering can and use it to make little platforms between the little islands in the lava, which I think is cute. That's, like, a fun little, like, wrinkle to add. And yeah, I like it a lot. I think Fields of Mystery is extremely good. Yeah, you should play it.
I will.
I wish I could say I did more, but it's really all I've been able to think about. When we're done here, I'm gonna go play more of it. Like, basically, as soon as we're done with this, I'm like, well, time to go farming. Yeah, I like that game, so it's super worth it. It's making me like want to make one of my own, which is a huge problem.
Yeah.
Because like I'm not that smart and I don't have that much time or money, right? But I'm literally just laying here in bed. Like they made so Stardew Valley was made in a Concerned Ape is insane. It's made in a custom engine, right? Right. And that's hard. And Fields of Mystery is made in Game Maker, which is not hard. It's actually very easy to make a video game. It's like I'm laying in bed at night and I'm just thinking like, but what if I learned?
Learn with me.
Okay, sure.
Look, it's either that, like, if I don't, look, I need to learn Game Maker either way, because otherwise I'm just going to learn how to make visual novels in, like, fucking Ren'Py or Unity or whatever the hell else, and, like, that offers you so much less expression in terms of making a thing that's fun.
That's true.
I want to learn how to use Game Maker, or perhaps even Godot.
Even Godot? Yeah, I would like to learn Godot, because it's also a good thing for 2D games, and it's open source and, like, free. I don't know. I'd have to look into it, because, like, Game Maker seems to, like, have a bunch of, like, professionally made tutorials on how to make games like Stardew Valley, because obviously.
Obviously, yeah.
You know. So, I don't know. Maybe someday. We'll see.
We'll see.
Unfortunately, I have a full-time art job, so...
Someday.
Maybe someday. We'll see. But yeah, no, that's literally it. It's a good video game. It obviously is scratching that itch. So yeah. And I already talked about the stuff I watched in Voyager, because it's Voyager and it's insane. And I'm really looking forward to Threshold. We are getting ever closer to Threshold. Like,
you're close.
The threshold is approaching.
Yes, we are rapidly. Like, Oates checked while we were watching this most recent episode, and she was like, I think we're like 4 episodes away from Threshold. That's just like, oh my god, okay. Let's go! Worst episode of Star Trek ever!
Yay!
So I guess the next time we record, I will be able to report in on Threshold. So please.
Maybe if you watch enough of it, you'll get to 2 Vics also.
Ooh, how exciting! That's it. That's all I got.
Well, we're all talking this week about video games that reactivated our neurons for liking video games. So I guess my last week is, I think I mentioned on last time, we finished our Of the Devil live read, which is a lot of fun. Once again, I'll say I have those VODs up on YouTube if you want to go watch them. You can find links. I'm not going to fucking bother shilling it again. Listen to last week's if you need the link. And before I get into the big thing, the other thing I did is on Thursday, I went out and I saw G-Quux The Beginning.
Yeah!
Oh, yeah!
Which is, in the style of all these G-Kids compilation movies, is like, it's the first 3 episodes of the anime a couple months before it actually comes out. They did that for Don as well. I didn't go see that one, but like it's like a accepted format. It's like, yeah, here's an hour of the show before it actually exists.
I want to interrupt you real quick to say that calling it G-Kids makes me think of some like Burger King Kids Club version of Gundam.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the name of the distributor, is G-Kids.
Yeah, no, I just think that's funny.
Yeah, it's a very, I don't know why they called it that. But you know what? Good for them. It's also gives it funny synergy with G-Quux, which is how you pronounce it, apparently.
G-Quux.
G-Quux.
Everybody was saying G-Quarks or obviously G-Cucks, but
I've seen people assume G-Quarks because like in Japanese it would be G-Quaxu or whatever. But like in the thing I saw, like they use that name diegetically inside the script of those first 3 episodes of movie, and the way they localized it officially was someone going G-Quux. Like, like saying it phonetically exactly like that in quotation marks or whatever.
Okay, that's not so bad.
Okay.
That is a movie I can confidently say. At first, I was like, you might need to watch the compilation movie, like the compilation Mobile Suit Gundam movies before that show comes out. Realizing with the help of friend of the show, Shia, you do actually, in fact, need to watch the original series of Gundam, period. Because one of the focal characters in G-Quux is someone from Mobile Suit Gundam who's literally so unimportant he gets edited out of the compilation movie. Like, they just cut around his character completely because he's so unimportant.
That's fantastic. So, I guess alongside Legend of Galactic Heroes, I'm gonna be watching classic Mobile Suit Gundam.
Yeah, I need to make time to do that as well, just because I want to come in. Like, I've watched like the first half. Like, I did like the first compilation movie, and then like the first half of the second one, I think. But I do need to just go, like, it's only like 40 episodes, like you can crush 40 episodes if you're making time for it. And so I need to do that because like there's like that's the level we're coming in on for like the deep cuts that's like I described this on BlueSky as being like, this is the kind of Gundam anime you make when your entire career as a creative is going, fuck, I love Universal Century Gundam so much. Yeah. And then you spend 30 years literally never being allowed to do a single thing with it. And then finally, as you approach, like, as you get to, like, the end of your career or whatever, you get someone go, hey, do you want to do a Gundam? Do you want to just have the reins on your own Gundam property? And like, you have spent the last 30 years concocting insane bullshit.
You've been making the AU in your head.
Yeah, you've been writing this fan fiction in your head for the last 30 years, and it's been driving you insane. And now somebody's giving you the money to make your fanfic fucking canon. That's a lot of power. That's a lot of power. That's a lot of pent up in it. It's a lot of pent up psychic energy.
And for anyone who's like not familiar with like why it is so exciting, it's because like aside from incredible Take character designs, the classic The Goat worked on such things as Katana Gatari and World's End Club and things of that nature. He's a Pokemon character artist as well. Yeah. But aside from that, it's just like basically everyone who worked on Evangelion. Like Hideaki Anno is there, Kazuya Tsurumaki is there.
So like, you also get your dream team.
Yeah.
To work on the thing you've been writing in your head for the past 40 years.
So it's like you have Anno writing, you have Tsurumaki directing, you have whoever the mech designer is for Evangelion doing the mech designs. Like, it's just the Evangelion reunion tour, and also Take is there.
And also the guy from Pokemon is there. That rules. Okay.
But I will say my favorite thing about the movie in like the non-spoilers direction is that, so like you have all these main characters as being designed by Take, and they're all like fairly faithful to the Take design through the animation. But it's directed by Kazuya Tsurumaki, and like, he's the creator of FLCL, right?
Right.
And he has a specific kinds of gag faces that he likes to do. And the thing is, like, they just preserve the Tsurumaki style gag faces on these Take character designs, and I can only imagine how much math went into making sure that both of those things came through.
That's beautiful.
There's a couple. You just get a couple of hard shots where one of them's doing a fucking Tsurumaki face. It's like, oh, this is what I live for.
Yeah. It's like the bit at the very Saturn, you haven't seen Panty and Stocking, have you?
Yeah, I have.
You've seen the end of Panty and Stocking?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Okay, well, there you go.
Cool. I was worried. So at the end of Panty and Stocking, they do the thing where they transition from their little toonie designs, their little anime designs, like, to do their like big last repent motherfucker, right?
Yeah.
And there's like, you can like every stage from like their cartoon design to their anime design is like its own sort of style of anime. That's just what I'm imagining in my head, is just like a sliding scale between the Take and the Tsurumaki styles.
I really desperately want to see if I can find an example of this. And
if you do find it, that's going to be our title card for the episode.
For sure, yeah.
But aside from that, the other thing that I did this week was so I had intended to go to a concert originally, and I just ended up feeling not very good and just didn't end up wanting to do it. Whatever, I was staying home on a Friday, as you do. And then I heard it, the Dark Siren song calling to me from across the eras. of Monster Hunter.
Ah.
Demanding my return.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I did is I bought Monster Hunter Wilds on PC.
You and about 9 million other people.
Yeah,
at this
you mean
point.
everyone else on the planet?
Yeah.
Yeah, anyone who has a 3080 and a lot of people who don't, unfortunately for them.
Tragic.
I don't. The thing is, the game should not run that bad. I don't know why it does.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I'll look at my settings. It's like, yeah, you need about 4 or 5 gigabytes of graphics memory to sustain the settings you're on, and like it will still run bad. And like a lot of DF is like, yeah, and like Digital Foundry is like, yeah, no, we can't in good conscience recommend you play this on PC unless you have a graphics card with minimum 10 gigabytes of VRAM in it.
Right, that sucks.
Because it's just doing something really nutty with texture streaming or whatever. It just like fucks the whole thing up really badly. But that is a game that has I for a while there I was like, I don't know if I like real video games that much anymore. I might just be becoming like a weird indie game and visual novels person, and that just is me for the rest of human history. Monster Hunter dispossesses me of this notion.
Yeah, like that quickly.
It is a game, and like Wilds was like this, or World was like this too, but Wilds is like it even more, which is, it is a game that dispossesses you of the notion that like, if there's a part of you that goes, I don't know if it's possible for me to feel joy anymore, Monster Hunter will
they got you covered.
Eliminate that doubt from you.
Yeah. That's cool. That rules.
I've been playing quite a lot of Longsword. That's okay. So like, imagine if in DMC, your style gauge was something where it's like, okay, you keep it up as your rank goes up, it like increases the amount of damage you're doing and like how fast your moves are coming out, right? Yeah. And then you also like do special combos to like not just like get a combo, but like do a specific like opportunity cost combo to raise from like C to B to A or whatever. When you get to triple S on it, you are just whipping out like high damage attacks as fast as you can press them, and you have a perfect parry where you like do this like backwards twirl while spinning the fucking sword like a crazy person, and it's just like there's nothing that feels quite like seeing the indicator that the monster is going to do this insane overhead like that will reduce your frames to like 20 frames a second and instantly kill you, and doing your perfect parry and just twirling through it, taking no damage and also damaging the boss, and then immediately diving back in for more sword combat.
Saturn!
That's
You've
so
already
unfair.
sold me on the game!
Now, to be fair, you can also do this in World. It's fine.
I know.
We can still play World.
Okay.
But it is cooler in Wilds. I'm sorry. They added a mechanic in Wilds where like, so like in World you can like wound monsters, and it's like, oh, it kind of creates a targeted weak point where if you hit them it just does more damage and it shows up on their character model. Like, that's cool. They've refined this in Wilds where if you make a wound, it can now, like your third person targeting mode, like when you're like try to turn your character, you can actually specifically target that thing, like it'll glow, and if you hit it with a special charged attack, it will break the wound and do tremendous damage and give you a bonus part. So it's like you do this sick ass like combo thing, and then you like just oh no, we lost Sara.
Oh no, Justin, it was getting good.
I'm so sorry. My heartened celebration of the Kino Raw Goat swag of Monster Hunter World and Wilds did in fact finally send in the tornado that killed her internet.
No.
Damn.
Well, let's see. Maybe it'll come back. I'm gonna stop the recording for now.
Okay.
And if Sara comes back, we can resume.
And if not, this is a short one this week.
Yeah. We found Sara!
Yay!
She was under the couch because she's scared of lightning.
I got scared like a dog and ran off. Sorry.
You know her ass going roo-roo.
They had to put me in my thunder shirt. You know how it is.
Yeah, that happens in Monster Hunter Wilds as well.
God damn it! Everything happens in Monster Hunter Wilds.
That's true.
Except for Sarah being there.
You can next time it goes on sale, you can join me in World, which is just as good.
I know.
And has more content in it because it's a game that has had several years of updates.
I know, but I want to play the new hotness.
Get a 3080. That's easy, right?
Yeah, it's so easy. I'll get right on that.
You could also just go and shamefully buy a PS5 again.
Oh, you could.
Fucking Papa Sony just be like, look who comes crawling back.
Well.
Welcome home, cheater.
You could not live with your failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me.
Just shamefully forking up. Honestly, it'd be just as... I think I could find the 3080 for cheaper, okay? I'm not giving up just yet. I'm not letting Sony win, all right?
You're you know what? Good on you.
That's right. I refuse, because listen, if I'm gonna buy a PS5, I'm gonna buy a fucking Pro. I'm not gonna buy, like, the base model that Chug's playing fucking Rebirth, right? Like, no. I'm buying the nice one. And the nice one is expensive, right? And it's about as expensive as a used 3080 off of eBay. So I might as well just stick with the PC only plan still, right?
Right.
It's fine. Okay, that we probably should do news because the wind is still howling out here. Unless you have more things you did, Saturn, that you want to talk about.
Well, I played like 30 or 40 hours of that, and then like my first character was a Miyamoto Musashi FGO cosplay character that I made on a lark. And then I realized that you can actually make that cosplay really good in that game, and I found myself going like, well, I want to play dress up in Monster Hunter because that's half the appeal of Monster Hunter. But I don't want to contaminate the because like Miyamoto Musashi isn't like, you know, not who I would choose to make a dress up character of, right?
Right. Understandable.
But like, you know, like I like her, and so I decided to go, I'm going to leave Miyamoto Musashi where she is, and I'm going to roll up a second character. So I have been going through the game all over again, in just because it gives me an excuse to continue playing it. Also, well, and that's been me. I've played a lot of Monster Hunter. Much as Sarah, you said you've played like 40 hours of Mystria in the last 2 weeks, despite not owning it for 2 weeks. I've had this game for 4 or 5 days, and I have 45 hours in it.
Yeah, that's correct. That sounds about right. Yeah, the spark is back, baby.
That's how we do it.
You sometimes just gotta get a new toy, and the new toy reignites all those previous joys, right?
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, that's my week basically. Cool. I didn't do anything else of interest or import.
All right. Let's get to some news. Everything announced at Pokemon Presents 2025.
Oh.
I
didn't actually watch it. You know, I did too, and I completely forgot.
I did not watch it either, but I did read the updates as it was happening. We got a new Pokemon battling game, Pokemon Champions. It looks like a mobile game. Connects with Pokemon Home. So it's like the battling version of Pokemon Home.
Right.
The big announcement is Pokemon Legends ZA.
Yes, all the new stuff for that.
Yeah, looks more like real-time battling.
It looks pretty sick.
Like Xenoblade style battling.
I would love a Pokemon game that was like Xenogears.
Right?
God, please.
Could you fucking imagine?
The starter choices are weird.
Yeah, it is very strange.
It's Totodile, Chikorita, and Tepig, so 2 Gen 2s and then a Gen 6, 7.
I don't understand why they would mix it up like that. It feels like something went wrong.
I think it's because Typhlosion got sent back in time to Legends Arceus. Because that
I
game has
see.
Hisui and Typhlosion in it.
Right. Okay.
So I think they wanted to do something different. Why Tepig, though, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Tepig is a god's mistake.
Ooh, hold on.
Oh,
No, I'm still here.
okay.
But something just like extremely fell over. It's storming like a motherfucker here, folks. I think something else just got blown over. It's cool. The house isn't on fire. We're fine.
Okay.
Carry on.
I'm glad that this episode, by the way, gets to be called the one where Sara dies.
Cool.
Anyway, I can't wait for Pokemon on Switch 2. It might actually look like a good game.
I'm really excited for a Pokemon game that looks good instead of bad. Yeah.
We might actually get one.
They're like rendering the Pokemon in kind of a better style too. It's a bit more like flat cell shady and not like that weird kind of pseudo texture thing they were doing. Because like Scarlet and Violet, I know that's a good game. I didn't play it. I know that's a good game. It's a really ugly video game. Everything I saw in that game, I was not impressed by at all. So I am looking forward to a Pokemon game that can be good and also look nice. Nice. Novel idea.
Next, Zendaya is not Michi in Shrek 5's first trailer.
Everybody is so mad about this stupid fucking thing, and I don't understand why.
I don't get it. They look fine.
They look exactly the same. I think
they're a little more cartoony.
I guess.
But
they were already cartoony. What is everybody losing their... It's really absurd. I mean, I feel like the only adult in a room full of toddlers, and I play fucking Fields of Mystery. This
is not like Sonic, okay?
No, this is not the same thing as like a fucking nightmare goblin. This is just...
Oh, Shrek's eyes are a little too close together now. Are you fucking serious?
Are you fucking serious? It's very bizarre to me to see people like having full-blown angry meltdowns on like Reddit and shit. I mean, it's very Reddit to be angry about this kind of thing. But it's weird. It's weird. I don't get it. I don't understand all the fondness for Shrek as a franchise in general.
I don't either.
Look. The first two are genuinely good movies, okay? Despite all the memes, I will say that Shrek is a good movie.
I mean, they're fine.
My thing is like, I grew up with Shrek, right? By all rights, I should have like an insane amount of nostalgia for Shrek and have lots of opinions about this, that, or the other. I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. I could not they could make Shrek blue and I'm not sure I'd notice.
Like, I could not possibly give like one iota of a fuck. It's really... Because I mean, like, Shrek is the nascent point of every single slop children's animated cartoon, right? Like, I know Shrek itself is good, but every single like children's cartoon these days that like has a dumb musical sequence in it and is full of like weird pop culture referential humor and a modern song and all that stuff. That all got started in fucking Shrek, right?
It's true.
Like,
okay.
It's really weird to have that much nostalgia for Shrek to me. I don't get it.
Shrek is good. The aftermath of Shrek had disastrous consequences on the film industry.
Oh, come on.
I just think like it's good, but like it's not that like it's
not that good,
but it is not a national incident that Shrek's design is different than it used to be or whatever. Like
the golden, like the fucking Disney Renaissance. Shrek is not. It's
no.
Like this, we are not talking about fucking Aladdin here, people.
No. Of course not.
Like,
it's just Shrek.
It's just Shrek. Like, you can draw... This is my most bizarre reason to hate Shrek, but stay with me here. Also, Ben, you're going to have to edit the audio a little because my internet tried to blip, so I got really angry on the recording and neither of you heard it. Just as a side note.
Okay.
But my most absurd thing I can get angry about is that you can draw a direct line between Shrek and Transformers 1 flopping, right? And it's all Shrek's fault. It's all Shrek's fault. because Shrek made that stupid fucking formula, and then Paramount was like, we got to make the Transformers 1 trailer look like a Shrek trailer.
Shrek, yeah.
Yeah, even though it's not that at all. It's not even remotely that. And if they had been honest about what Transformers 1 was from the day they announced it, it probably would have done better. Because, like, even I saw that first trailer. I was like, this looks like shit.
No, yeah, that first trailer ruined the movie, for sure.
Yeah, like, and you can draw a direct line between those two things. So I am blaming Shrek for the failure of Transformers 1. Okay? Sorry.
Understandable.
Reasonable.
The thing is, if they had just made it look like the Puss in Boots movie, it would have been fine.
Oh my god.
They should have done that.
This movie is very beautiful. That is true.
Yeah.
They should have just made it look like that. That's true.
Yeah.
And the problem with that animation style is a lot of work, and all of these movies are slop. That's too much work.
Right.
You know, like Puss in Boots movie is beautiful. It's a lot of effort, and they want to crank this shit out very quickly. So they gotta make Shrek look the way it does. Yeah. That's a reason to get mad. I guess that's a reason to get mad at Shrek 5 is because it doesn't look like Puss in Boots because they don't want to spend any money or effort in making children's cartoons look good.
Right.
Yeah, that's a reason to get mad. Sure.
Also, Mike Myers needed a paycheck, so here you go.
Mike Myers, I mean, he's not doing fucking anything else, that's for sure.
I saw someone complaining about the thing that got me was someone complaining about like the whole trailer set up like a TikTok thing, and it's like the only reason TikTok wasn't in the other Shrek movies because it hadn't been invented yet.
That's literally it. Yes. No. If TikTok had existed back then, it would have been in there.
Yeah.
They did a fucking because at my
Simon Cowell was in Shrek too. Okay.
At my fucking nephew's birthday, they had Shrek on, right, just as to have something on in the background to keep the kids quiet.
Yeah.
And I was like standing there watching it, and I was reminded that they did a cops joke in fucking Shrek 1.
Yes,
right?
they did.
They did a cops joke in Shrek 1. And so it's like, no. If TikTok had existed back then and been the fucking phenomenon it is now, it would have been in Shrek. That's it. Anyways.
They're not above it.
Yeah.
I think they should. Here's the thing.
It's not high art!
If they want me to pop off, and they want me specifically to pop off, but if they want me to pop off, they just need to make a Shrek where he looks like Shrek from the original story that Shrek is based on.
I agree.
Yeah.
Where he's like a horrible, rotten potato.
Yes, absolutely. The actual Shrek design is too likable. I'm sorry.
It's too kid-friendly. Next, in this post-apocalyptic farming sim, you must grow crops to survive. Because Sarah was just talking about this. It's not quite what you were looking for.
It's not quite what I was looking for.
But
I'm a little sad.
You were talking about a Fallout-esque post-apoc cozy farming sim.
Yeah, and I saw this, and it's cute, but it's more of a Terraria than it is.
Yeah, it's a side-scroller.
Because it's a side-scroller game. I have a very specific vision in mind, and I might have to just make it myself and then hopefully make 11 shit zillion dollars the way the fucking everybody else is made. Who knows? But, like, this looks cute. It has a cute art style. It's not what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
I need a very specific fix. I need it to be a Stardew Valley clone.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be. But this looks cute. I mean, I'm not going to knock it. It looks cute, but I mean, it's actually really weird that this is not that much of a genre because as popular as like the building mode of Fallout 4 was, right?
Right.
Because it's the only thing that's keeping 76 going anymore. Because like it's the only reason anybody spends money on that game.
Right. Yeah. They
ask me how I know.
Yeah, I know.
The only thing they advertise is camp stuff.
Yeah, it's camp stuff or power armor skins, right?
Yeah.
But the majority of the stuff in that cash shop is camp stuff. But it's just like it's really weird because I mean I played a lot of Fields of Mystria, and then one night I'm laying in bed and I'm thinking like, is there like a Fallout? Is there like a post-apocalypse? Doesn't have to be Fallout, like 1950s aesthetic kind of, you know, post-apocalypse or nuclear post-apocalypse. It can just be kind of any post-apocalypse, right? Then is there like a nuclear, like a post-apocalyptic farming sim? Because that seems like such an easy
slam dunk.
W. Yeah, that's a slam dunk. And no, not really, other than this game. And apparently My Time at Portia is a sort of post-apocalypse game. I didn't know that. I remember when that game came out. I didn't realize that.
I learned that recently and I was shocked. I did not expect that.
But it's like a fantasy post-apocalypse, which is not what I'm looking for. Like, I think that's cool. Right. I love a good fantasy post-apocalypse, but it's not really what it's not scrappy enough is what I'm saying. I want to like, you know, build a house out of pencils or whatever, right?
You want rusty old cars and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's just really weird that not enough people have capitalized on this idea, because that's such an easy W.
Yeah.
That's so much. That's free money left on the table, right? Because there is a subset of girlies who played a lot of Fallout. I am one of them, because they just like building shacks, right?
Right. They want that juicy shacks meat.
You want that shacks meat? I need that shacks meat. I need meat in my shack.
The thing is that like post-apocalypse is a hugely popular genre.
Yeah.
Farming sims are a hugely popular genre.
Absolutely.
It's right there.
It's like right there. It's very strange to me. So
you can have your cozy Appalachian witch game where it just so happens that 90% of the population is dead.
I think that would be great, honestly. Like, it's money. Anyways, please look forward to my upcoming game in 3.5 years. When this idea finally takes over my brain, and I'm just like, fuck it, we're learning Game Maker.
We're gonna get monthly updates on Sarah's progress through the game.
Trying to learn how to make a video game. Assuming we haven't all died. Or I haven't roped all of you into helping me at gunpoint.
Well, why? If you can get out of the equation, I'll just help you.
Yeah!
It wouldn't take that much convincing.
Yeah, that's true. We all hate our jobs. It's fine.
Yeah.
What else?
Next, Sonic Unleashed available for PC at last, thanks to fan-made port with uncapped frame rate.
Nature is healing. The children are out there playing Sonic Unleashed.
The children yearn for the werehog.
That's true.
Do they?
Apparently they do, because it's like hugely popular.
Everybody's talking about it. I mean, I was never a Sonic person, but there are tons of people out there who have longed to return to werehog.
Like out of all of the Boost games, I think Sonic Unleashed is one of the better ones for sure.
Yeah.
It's the one that people more likely to talk about, I think.
That's fair.
Yeah. The God of War style werehog combat was actually pretty fun.
It was totally acceptable. The only problem is that it ran like shit.
Yeah.
And decompiling it and putting it on somebody's computer instead so it run good instead of bad is like, oh, that's nice. You've solved that game's primary problem.
And they've also included a toggle where you can turn off the battle music so you don't hear just that fucking battle song every 15 seconds.
That's actually really nice. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a huge improvement.
That is like a point in its favor, like a huge, like a full number.
Races in full letter grade.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
What?
I made the fucking thumbnail with just a picture of her I found, that I actually found one of the pictures of her actually doing one of the director faces. Send that
good.
Good.
Oh yeah, no, I see that now.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's like they the Herculean effort.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Next, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot Daima Adventure Through the Demon Realm Part 1. Which is what they should be doing, is making Daima into an RPG. So put it in Kakarot. That makes sense.
Yeah, I was to say that's expansion content for Kakarot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. They should just make... Here's a crazy idea. They should just make a Dragon Ball RPG. Wait, that exists? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but
Ted Kaczynski's in it? Crazy.
That's crazy.
Just make it like a proper turn-based one.
Make it a turn-based JRPG, but you don't play as Goku, but like all the character designs are by Akira Toriyama, and it's set like in a fantasy world.
And there's like these little blue slimes.
There's like these little guys.
It could be a quest.
Around. It could be like a quest to meet a dragon, some kind of dragon.
They've made 12 of those.
and all these, and there's all these girls with huge boobs who keep talking about Puff Puff, and everyone seems really excited, but I'm not sure
everybody's really enthusiastic about Puff Puff. I don't know. I feel like, there's that really funny clip where Bulma is like, Vegeta, if you don't stop acting like an asshole, I'm not going to take a bath with you anymore. And he immediately stops acting like an asshole. Great bit.
Yes.
By the way, you could absolutely replace that with, I won't do Puff Puff with you anymore, and it would have the same effect.
Mm-hmm.
It would also immediately calm down Vegeta. It's like, wow, dude, it's that easy, huh?
I think that would work on Pippa.
Yeah, it would.
I'm realizing that Vegeta and Bulma is just kind of like if Bulma was the one who was from outer space.
Yeah, that's correct. Please listen to Big Gay Nerds' mask block. It's really good. It like just permanently poisoned all our brains. It's fine.
I'm gonna have to pick up Daima it's Kakarot at some point and actually play it because it's just I think it's gonna be like Xenoverse where it's just the forever game.
Oh yeah, it's a forever game. Yeah, I mean if you wait long enough, you'll have more video game than you'll know what to do with. Yeah,
I think they've added twice. They've doubled the amount of content in Kakarot just with all the DLC. Because they have the Future Trunks DLC, they have the Bardock DLC, they have the Tenkaichi Budokai DLC.
Mm-hmm.
They have the Daima DLC coming out. I don't think they've done. Have they done a GT or a Super thing yet?
I think like it's interesting how there's a lot of Japanese developed games that are not billed as being live service games that nonetheless fulfill the promise of a live service game better than any like devoted live service game.
Yeah, it's crazy because like the thing is that kind of like Xenoverse and Kakarot and like a ton of other games like it, the deal is that Japanese devs are just really good at making games on the cheap, right? Like you make a game where it's like super easy and cheap to make additional content for it. Like the DLC for fucking Xenoverse 2 probably cost them in-house like $30, right?
Yeah, it's not expensive.
It's not expensive. And so you can just keep pumping it out. And the thing is, like, you make it for cheap and then 20 to 30,000 people buy it for $10. And it's like, oh, we've just recouped that investment and then some.
Mm-hmm.
Keep on
and
making
that gives
it.
you the money to do that for like 8 years.
Yes, they're still making stuff for fucking Xenoverse 2.
They're gonna put Daima stuff in Xenoverse 2.
Yes.
There's already at least some, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think they've put Mini Goku in it yet, but they're going to.
Oh yeah. They would be fools not to. That is, again, easy money.
And the fact that they have the audacity to put out DLC for Sparking Zero while Xenoverse is still getting content.
Yeah, it's really funny.
He was like I don't think he's in the game yet, but like they had a playable trial for him like in October.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's like he's already in there.
Oh
mm-hmm.
yeah.
I was wrong. I missed two. There is the End of Z DLC for Kakarot, and there is a Super DLC for Kakarot.
That's great.
Super Saiyan Blue versus Golden Frieza for Kakarot. So there's just a ton of fucking Kakarot stuff, and Daima won't be the last, I'm sure.
No, God, no.
They are not going to let the tragic demise of the father of Dragon Ball stop them from printing more money.
Listen, he had no problem with it.
Oh no, he loved making all that money, and now it's probably going to make a lot of money for his kids and grandkids.
He's like the ontological opposite of Bill Watterson. create a genre-defining comic for children in the 80s, and then turn it into everything.
Just gleefully monetize the absolute unholy fuck out of it. Yeah.
And then, and not only that, but continue to have an active hand in its production until the day you die.
Yeah, that's cool.
I choose to believe that Yoko Taro will be making money off of 2B's ass until he's dead in the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, for sure.
He's going to be trying to put that thing in everything.
He's going to be trying to put it on his tombstone.
Yep. It's going to be shaped like 2B's ass.
Yeah, because 2B's ass is what's going to pay for that fucking tombstone, yeah.
Just like a ghoulish, like, cutaway life size of 2B's ass, and his epitaph is written on it directly.
Yeah! No, you can't do that, though, because people would just keep stealing his gravestone, right? Like,
people would do way worse things to his gravestone than steal it, I promise you that.
Let's change the topic. I don't want to think about fucking Yoko Taro's grave.
Well, why not, coward?
You're fucking bad,
dude. Speaking of brilliant minds, Smash Bros. Creator Masahiro Sakurai honored by Japanese government for pioneering game design tutorials.
Tutorials?
You ever make a YouTube video so good the government thanks you?
I wish. God, I wish that were me. Masahiro Sakurai literally YouTubed so good. Like, it turns out you can get a good grade in YouTube. This is the thing that you can inspire towards. I'm shocked too, I promise. Masahiro Sakurai got the best grade in YouTube.
I feel like Steak Bentley must dream of that every night.
Oh god.
Like, I think
making
so.
a YouTube video so good you get an award from the government.
I don't know. I think that would require Steak Bentley to think about YouTube at all, which I don't think he does. I think he like wakes up in the middle of the night, just like, I got an idea for a YouTube video.
Yeah, I think he was a dark passenger.
Well, listen, maybe if Steak Bentley had invented Kirby, he could be making these kinds of videos.
But Steak Bentley did invent the word schmeck, a word I use literally constantly. So
Wait, that's from him?
What? Oh, come on, you. Please, internet.
Shit.
I don't think that's from him. I think that's just a word that he uses. You're still here.
Oh, thank God. I'm like, he can't have possibly invented it. I'll feel like such an idiot for also using it. He did not, in fact, invent schmeck.
Okay.
That is a American Jewishism.
Yeah,
Damn
that's
it.
definitely a Yiddish word.
Well, fuck. Well, I'm saying that Steak Bentley invented the word schmecked because it's who I learned it from.
Look, may as well.
May
I
as
learned
well.
it from you, Dad.
I think I will say I think his usage of schmeck is specific to him.
What is the actual usage of schmecked supposed to mean?
Schmeck is a noun.
Okay.
And it means a smell or a taste, i.e. like a nip of a drink.
No, yeah, because he says it's pretty fucking schmecked, like it means it's a bad thing. So, like it's a fucked up thing. So, I think he just came up with his own usage case scenario for the word schmecked.
We're learning today. Saturn is learning.
We're all learning.
Wait, hold on. There's other schmeckings.
Ah.
A second schmecked has hit the towers.
Oh, schmeck. It's also German, and it means like the same kind of thing. So I have no idea where the fuck he gets that usage from. Maybe it's just a Bentley. Maybe it is truly just a Bentleyism.
It's just a Bentleyism. Anyways, the point is, I do like the idea that Steak Bentley has like a YouTube version of the Dark Urge from fucking Baldur's Gate.
Just waking up in a cold sweat and a diabolical voice just goes, retrospective video essay about the Venture Brothers.
We need something bad to happen to something that Steak Bentley likes.
So he'll make another goddamn video? I agree.
I think I would believe that he's making a Space Ghost Coast to Coast video right now.
He could be, yeah.
Fuck, yeah.
That's not on the news, but we'll talk about it right now.
Rest
George
in peace,
Lowe passed
King.
away.
It's very sad.
Literally king of Cartoon Network. Like that entire network would not exist without him.
Yeah, it's really true.
Him, C. Martin Croker, and Andy Merrill carried that network on their backs from like 1998 to like 2007.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that Croker played both Zorak and Moltar. By the way,
yeah, his range was incredible.
I saw good fan art of like. This is what I imagine is happening up in heaven right now, and it's just like those three with halos on just having a conversation like they do in the show.
Yeah.
It's so funny because like, you know, I'm just thinking about like what Space Ghost means now.
Right.
Where it's like no one thinks of him as like a superhero.
No.
Right?
No.
Like his the old Hanna-Barbera cartoons are so far removed from what the public eye thinks of Space Ghost, Brack, and Zorak are.
Yeah.
Like, to the point where, like, when they would do advertisements, it was in the coast-to-coast iteration of Space Ghost.
Yeah, nobody even knows that Space Ghost was, like, just, like, your standard Hanna-Barbera, like
superhero thing.
Like, cheap superhero show. Yeah. Exactly. It's very funny. Same
for, like, Harvey Birdman and C-Lab. Like, they would not, like, without Coast to Coast, we would not have C-Lab, we would not have Harvey Birdman, we would not have Aqua Teen, which means we would not have the Venture Brothers.
Exactly. So you can literally draw a line between Space Ghost, Coast to Coast, and the Venture Brothers very easily. Yeah.
A bunch of guys saving literally every nickel they could find in any way to get this dumb cartoon on the air and keep it on the air.
Yeah.
Is the reason we got the greatest cartoon ever made.
Yeah.
Look, every time I move my arm, it costs the Cartoon Network $42.
And no one could do it like them.
Nobody can do it
one.
like them. It's still so fucking funny years and years later. Like, every single interview is just gold.
You could just watch any clip and it's just gonna still be funny.
Yeah, it rules. It's so sad. Rest in peace, King.
Nobody cares, Moby. Nobody cares. Or just how about an episode of 11 minutes of Space Ghost silently following an ant?
Yeah.
I think a lot about how the first episode of that show is just like zero preamble, no introduction. It's just the show. But the bit is that every so often, just randomly in the middle of a scene, it will pause completely, and a female voice will repeat the thing that the person just said in Spanish with no logical consistency as to when or why.
The first episode of the show.
The one that always kills me is there's an episode that ends because the fire drill goes off, so the three of them have to leave the room.
Oh.
I am thinking constantly about the episode with Zorak's nephew.
Oh my god.
The lone locust of the apocalypse.
Uh-huh.
And how at one point they try to order a pizza. And the kid, this little nephew is like, I want orange Ruffy. And the reason they can't get an orange Ruffy pizza is because the cook is allergic to orange Ruffy. And in the meantime, the interview guest is still there, just like babbling about something.
Just talking about shit. Oh my god.
There's a great bit where his nephew cannot pronounce the word apocalypse, and it's revealed that Moltar also cannot pronounce apocalypse. Yeah. So there's a bit where it cuts to him and he's watching the word spelled out phonetically on a monitor, and he's just going, apocalypse. Oh my god. We wouldn't have Toonami without Coast to Coast, because Moltar was the original host of it.
Yeah, no, it's really crazy.
Oh my god, I forgot.
Yeah.
Before they came up with Tom. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like it's so bizarre because Space Ghost is the beginning of Adult Swim, right? Like as we know it. And so much of like, it's so weird if you think about it. So much of like American nerd culture exists because of Space Ghost. Like because Adult Swim existed, and like all of this other stuff. Like Adult Swim is where a lot of people got their first introduction to like grown-up anime. Right. Adult Swim is what saved Family Guy, right? Like like all of this crazy stuff, all of this
and Futurama.
And Futurama, yeah. Like, all of this stuff that is now so permanent in kind of nerd culture as a whole literally exists because of a thing that started with Space Ghost Coast to Coast, right? Like, Adult Swim exists because Space Ghost exists. Or existed. And that means all this other shit is the direct result of Space Ghost existing. Yeah. And it's crazy to me. I don't know. It's very sad.
Which is why it's complete fucking horseshit that Andy Merrill is a goddamn Amazon delivery guy.
Yeah, it fucking sucks, dude. It's
Meanwhile, fucking inventor of hack fraud show Harvey Birdman, who it's just riffed on that concept directly, is like the CEO of Cartoon Network or whatever the fuck.
Oh, yeah. Fucking hack fraud shithead asshole. And who was almost certainly the reason that Venture Brothers got canned. So, jot that one down.
How can you make something as good as Harvey Birdman and be that evil?
It's incredible. How do you come up with did you get that thing I sent you bit and just be a complete asshole? I don't get it.
It sucks. Why isn't Andy Merrill just everywhere in Cartoon Network? You owe your entire career to him.
Yes, and he's driving for fucking Amazon. It's fucked up. I'm sorry. I can't divide by it. It's fucked up.
He should be doing every single fucking commercial and promo bit you have. Man. He did the funniest promo bit that Cartoon Network ever had, which is the one where it's, hey, I'm Brack. I used to have a show on this network. Now I live in the damn dump.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. Oh, rest in peace, George Lowe. I'm
peace,
very
King.
glad he got to be in that one episode of Jellystone.
Yeah,
and got to
Same here.
like say goodbye to Space Ghost as a character.
Maybe I am just Peter Potamus.
Just the way he says, "Really? Huh? This feels good." As he picks up an anime girl pillow.
Yeah.
This is right.
I think here's the thing. For all, it's a shame with him being passed that we'll never get the opportunity to have. And like, I guess we couldn't anyway because Martin Croker having also passed several years ago. They would just be perfect as if you were going to do a new cast of MST3K.
Yeah, for sure. Andy Merrill would make a great host of MST3K. Oh my god.
Man, it's like, even if someone hasn't been doing things really for a long time, it's just like, just knowing now that like there's absolutely won't be any more of him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just, it just guts you.
We knew, you knew for a while that like it was public knowledge that he was in declining mental health and like he was not doing great.
Too.
Yeah, like you watch that Jellystone episode, you can tell like his energy is really low.
Yeah.
But
I think on that he had like just come off of some like really severe like cardiopulmonary stuff too, so he's like, hanging in there just to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
but it's just a shame he wasn't that. It was like 67.
That's sad.
Yeah, not that old.
Yeah, so rest in peace to a champion of cartoons.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
Anyway, few more. Good news. New game in classic JRPG series Suikoden announced by Konami.
I'll believe it when I see it.
It's a mobile game.
Yeah, exactly.
Oops.
Oops.
Well,
no. All I know is I'm excited for those remasters because they are apparently very lovingly made.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, whatever. You got a mobile Suikoden. Who cares? Suikoden 2 is coming out soon, and you will be able to spend your human dollars that you worked a job for on it, and it is really, 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 really good. So you should buy it and play it. Suikoden 2 is so fucking. I've never even played one. I just know that Suikoden 2 is fucking great. Okay,
I'm excited to play Suikoden 2.
Yeah, no, it kicks ass. I am really looking forward to it. I think it's also going to be kind of expensive, like the fucking Lunar remasters. I'm gonna buy both of them because I'm wearing my clown shoes.
You have to
put my makeup on.
It's cheaper than buying Suikoden 2 on eBay, I'll tell you
Hey.
Perfect. Actually, I actually own Suikoden 2, so.
Huh.
Well,
I have a physical version of it, yeah. So.
Do you have anything to play it on?
Yeah, of course I do. I own a PlayStation 2, dude.
Oh, okay. You still have yours. We still have yours. Okay, I don't know.
Yeah. No, that PlayStation 2, they're gonna bury me with that PS2, dude. It's coming with me. If I move across the country, it's coming with me. It doesn't work anymore. I gotta use a butter knife to open its disc tray just so I can play video games on it.
But it closes and the game spins.
It closes and the game disc spins. You know what? So she's coming with me. It's a noble beast, and I've had it for 20 years, and I'll have it for 20 more, or whenever I die.
I dropped a desk chair on my PS2, and it still works.
Yeah, I knocked my PS2. I still remember. I tripped over the cord. I was playing P3, and I tripped over the controller cord in my dorm room when I was in college, and I yanked the whole fucking thing off the desk it was on. It just clattered to the ground. I was like, no! And that's what broke the disc drive. But she still plays, so it's fine. But the tray, the little springy part that makes the tray pop in and out, that don't work no more. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what the butter knife is for. So, she's a trooper. So yes, I could play my copy of Suikoden 2, but I am looking forward to the remastered version. Yes. I'm sad because I would never sell it, but I somehow over the 20 years that I've had this video game, I have misplaced the manual for Suikoden 2, so I don't actually have a complete copy of the game. I have the disc and the jewel case, but I lost the manual at some point. I don't know how, so I couldn't sell it for a lot of money even if I wanted to, which I don't really want to. But,
right.
I couldn't anyways, so it's fine.
Yeah. Next. After 20 years of playing the hero, John Cena is a bad guy again.
I saw the video of small children reacting to his heel turn, and it rules. I saw the clip of it happening, and it's like something straight out of an anime. It's so good. Wrestling kicks ass.
I woke up in the morning and I saw a retweet from Red on BlueSky where it was just John Cena with the Majin M on his forehead, and I was like, I know exactly what happened last night.
Oh my god.
That's all it takes. I understand completely.
The difference between wrestling and any average episode of Dragon Ball Z is laser beams, and that's it.
No, it's not. It's a molecule of difference. The only difference is the Undertaker can't fly.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen. Team 4-Star and DBZA did an entire thing where the entire Ginyu Squad section of the series was done like a wrestling match.
Yeah.
With like audience reactions and like Raccoon's whole bit is that he's a wrestler.
Yeah.
It's the audience is a circle.
Yeah, no. Wrestling and DBZ is the same, okay? Yeah. It rules.
I saw people talking about how like, well, this is gonna be really, really weird when John Cena has to do his obligate like Make-A-Wish appearances. Yeah. Like, how are you gonna be a heel doing Make-A-Wishes?
The thing is, I think he's going to stop doing them because he's evil now.
That's
but
right.
This new masked tokusatsu hero who is without John Cena's height and weight and build will begin doing them instead.
They're gonna he's gonna have to do it like when you go to see like Maleficent or Gaston at a Disney park.
Yeah.
Where like they have to be friendly to kids, but in a way that's kind of evil.
No, they're just gonna come up with a plot where there's an evil Cena and a good Cena running around, okay? So that Cena can still keep doing his Make-A-Wish stuff, but they can also have heel Cena, which is really funny.
They're gonna have him be brainwashed, and he's gonna like occasionally break out of the brainwashing.
Yeah, absolutely, and he can still be a good guy. He can do both. It's fine.
The thing is, I want him to have a tokusatsu hero disguise that allows him to do good things because I want that to be how he gets into NJPW.
Holy shit! Yes, absolutely.
Who is this masked sea rider who's showing up and doing doing Izuna drops on all of our guys?
Why is he doing an Izuna drop to Kenny Omega?
He seems like he must be like 50 years old or something like that. How strange.
That's crazy.
See, the problem is that since we're out of like the Attitude Era, we don't do brainwashing anymore.
I know,
or
we
like
don't do fun
weird
things
cults anymore.
I know, it's tragic.
Like we need to bring that back. Okay, wrestling is.
They have the Hillbilly family, remember?
They do, but that's just like hillbillies. Like,
but they're like evil magic hillbillies.
Like the Undertaker is an undead warlock.
Well, yeah.
We need more of that.
The thing is, Ben, if you want that, you have to watch Lucha.
I know.
That's true. Or, go back to Japanese wrestling, which also does fun stuff.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's very funny to see The Rock on here like he's a wrestler again.
Yeah, like The Rock isn't like just the biggest like celebrity in the world.
Like, no, I'm sorry, your name is Dwayne Johnson now. You don't get to be The Rock on movie posters anymore.
You don't get to go back to being The Rock, dude. I'm sorry.
He's still Dwayne The Rock Johnson to me, but I say The Rock like it's one word, like it's Barack.
Yeah, like it's his middle name.
Yeah.
Like it's
Dwayne The Rock.
Yeah. So fun. I just keep cracking up thinking about John Cena with the fucking Majin M on his forehead.
Like the videos I've seen of small children being horrified by the heel turn of John Cena. I love it.
Every so often I'll have once every 3 months or so, I'll have the thought in my head of, what if you got back into wrestling?
What if you just listen? You can just get back into wrestling. Nobody's stopping.
Yeah, I could just start
not going anywhere.
Kind of pain in the ass to watch these.
Yeah,
things, but I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure there's ways to watch, like easier ways to watch it.
Fall off the back of a truck. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but like every so often it's like, what if I just started watching wrestling again? Is it still good?
You could. I mean, Ben, you are firmly in the Super Eye Patch Wolf demographic of type of guy, right? like you and Super Eye Patch Wolf and like Pat Boivin
It's
are all kind of the same guy. Like that's affectionate. That's not derogatory. You know what I mean?
It would be the same reason I would want. I need to watch more Baki is so that I can tell people about Baki. Yeah, like I want
to watch more Baki. By the way,
I need to watch more Baki.
You do.
Like, I gotta stress, there is no upper limit to how contemptibly stupid it continues to grow.
There's 4 things that I initially wanted to experience so that I could tell people about. Right. 2 of them, the sheer quality has exceeded my urge to tell people, so I just watch it. I just experience it out of personal enjoyment now, which are Like a Dragon and JoJo.
Oh, fair.
Which I now just like those. Those are just good quality things that I enjoyed experiencing.
Sure.
But Baki and wrestling, I feel like would still just be 2 that I'm like, no, I'm in this so that I have the experience of telling someone what happened the other day.
So you can be our man in the field.
So that I can be like, so I watched wrestling last week.
Yeah, exactly.
And you'll never believe the dumb shit that happened.
I watched WrestleMania. That's true.
And then Saturn will be like, Ben, no, you're describing a Baki episode. And I'm like, oh yes, I got those mixed up.
Ben, the caveman who eats people is in Baki, and Ben's just like, are you sure?
No, because I'm pretty sure I also saw a caveman eat a guy on WrestleMania.
There should be an unthawed caveman in the WWE.
I feel like that has to exist. Right?
That had to have been a character at some point.
It's got to.
But there needs to be one now.
The thing is, you need to get someone with a big bad prosthetic brow ridge, right?
Oh, totally. Yes.
And you can't have that person wrestling because it's just going to explode the instant you get one head slammed onto you.
Saturn, I'm sure you can find a guy that looks like that.
Yeah, that's true. There's some real Cro-Magnon looking motherfuckers out there in the world who have wrestled before. Right?
You can find a guy that looks like that and say, hey, do you want to be a pro wrestler? And he will say, that's been my dream since I was 3.
There's like 30 of those guys just out in North Alabama, right? Like,
you can talk to Sarah's neighbor.
Look, you just need to get a guy who's reasonably athletic, right, such as to be good at wrestling, and say, like, look, we'll pay you a king's ransom to get plastic surgery to look like Boris Karloff.
Now you're describing a Baki plot.
No, I'm describing a plot of a different thing that we just watched recently.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
You get it?
That is true.
Yeah.
All right, I forgot. Arsenic and Old Lace is a good movie.
It's a really fucking good movie. I'll put that up tonight too.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I would. The thing is, I'm debating getting into wrestling. If John Cena were actually mind controlled by an enemy wrestler, I would be watching wrestling right now.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm still like, is it worth it? But like, if someone tells me someone tells me he actually got possessed by the wizard Bobbity, I would be marathoning wrestling right now.
Yeah.
If he was actually Majin Cena.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, for sure. Oh, God. Okay, what else?
Anyway, one
John
more.
Cena, why'd you heel turn? It's like, I've been possessed by the ghost of Chris Benoit. No, John Cena, no!
But they can't. It's just bleeped out. The name is just bleeped out.
Yeah, you just can't say it.
Yeah.
Totally.
My dark master. He looks at the camera. CB.
I'm never gonna forget when the old Friday Night Fisticuffs where they were playing a wrestling game, and it was like a year after Chris Benoit killed himself, and
right.
Since obviously Chris Benoit could not be in the game,
right?
Obviously. But it had a create a carrot wrestler. You could put your wrestler online. They played a match of 4 different Benoits they found online.
God alive.
Okay, we've got one more. Speaking of white boys in the 90s.
Oh no, what?
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 release date and pre-order details leaked ahead of official announcement.
They're putting fucking Halo in it, which is...
No, Doom.
Is it? Oh, is it Doom?
It's okay. Doomslayer,
It's a Doomslayer. There's also one of those little skeleton jetpacks, and there's a custom skateboard that is like a demonic skateboard.
Yeah.
That rules. That's so good.
The Revenant does have a doot move.
Oh, good.
And he actually pulls out a trumpet and plays it and then puts it away while he's in the air. Fuck yes, Tony Hawk 3 was my favorite one. I played the shit out of Tony Hawk 3.
I think 3 was also the one I played the most as a kid, so yeah, that makes sense.
3 was my first one.
I mean, I guess not counting Underground, because they're never going to remake Underground.
Why not? If they like making money, they need to remake Underground.
You can't make that plot in 2025.
Yeah, I believe in them.
I think they can do it. I believe
that is some of the most early aughts humor and writing you can possibly comprehend.
Look, you just do a modernized adaptation of it, like Devilman Crybaby, right? And it's about some guy stealing your TikTok clout by passing off your GoPro footage as his own, and then you go ahead, do the McTwist over a helicopter, pussy. You won't.
We do. I would love to introduce a whole new generation of people to Eric Sparrow.
Oh yeah,
history's greatest monster, Eric Sparrow.
It would piss so many of them off. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah. But no,
I think
Eric
God, Sparrow should be canceling you on Twitter in the new Underground.
They should make Tony Hawk's Underground 3, and bring Eric Sparrow back, but instead of sliding timescale, it's just him 20 years later. So he's like 40 and like a huge piece of shit.
Yeah, he's still just like a huge hater-ass bitch, but he's way too old to be doing this shit now.
Yeah.
No, I think that sounds great.
Hanging around the high school.
Yeah,
I think it's Underground 3. Eric Sparrow is there. He's still a young man, which is strange. And there's a whole sci-fi plot line about how he was cloned as a secret government project to make the ultimate villain.
To make history's greatest monster, yes.
We call it the Shar Aznable program.
and they need to get Ben Diskin to voice him again.
Yes.
Still the funniest fucking casting. Like out of all the roles that I love Ben Diskin for, like realizing that he is in fact Eric Sparrow was the one that floored me.
Oh man.
God, I'm so fucking excited. 3 is so good. Tony Hawk's
I'm excited for 3. I'm excited for. I'm just happy to get more skating video games because I don't know if you noticed that skate game they said was coming out still ain't out.
It's not coming out, and apparently
it's never coming out.
This is coming out relatively soon.
That's good. See, at least somebody can feel something. That's nice. But yeah, no, I'm happy for them. Is it the same company that did the first one, or are they still in the Call of Duty minds?
Let me see if anything mentions it.
Because I thought the people who did the really successful
Vicarious Vision was folded back into Activision.
Yeah,
into the Blizzard machine, as this article puts it.
Yeah. They're going to live forever in the Call of Duty minds.
Ooh, this one's being developed by Iron Galaxy.
What else have they done?
My understanding is that their reputation for PC ports especially isn't very good, though.
I don't know.
They have done... They've done support work for Sleeping Dogs, Skyrim, Metroid Prime, and The Last of Us.
Okay.
I believe that their support work for Last of Us was doing the PC Last of Us port, which came out in a very bad state, if I recall.
Okay.
Well, I mean, look, it's not like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 ran exceptionally well anyway, so we'll see.
Sweating nervously, but I'll give it a chance.
We'll see. They are getting the following songs have been confirmed for reappearing: Ace of Spades, of course.
Of course.
Amoeba, Mass Appeal, 96 Quite Bitter Beings, Not the Same, and Out of Here. Cool. Awesome. Tony Hawk has always had such great fucking soundtracks.
I'm sad they couldn't get back If You Must.
I mean, they haven't said they won't. These are just the ones that we know are in there for sure.
Oh, okay. For the audience at home, If You Must is the Delta Funky Homo Sapien song about dudes who don't wash their ass. And it's just so good. The inclusion of Amoeba and 96 Quite Bitter Beings, that makes me very happy.
Yes, I'm very happy. I'm very happy Amoeba's back. Oh man, what a time to be a Midwesterner who was alive in the 90s. Wrestling is good again. Tony Hawk is coming back.
I'm worried that it's going so good for Midwesterners. I'm worried that they're going to do a Tony Hawk 4 remake, and for some reason, Mike Nelson's going to be in it.
No, that would be sick, though.
That'd be great. You should be able to play as Crow T-Robot.
Could you imagine getting to play as Tom Servo on a skateboard?
Oh, it'd be great. He's just hovering the whole time.
He's just kind of like, and his little arms are just doing physics actions. Like, they don't have any control. They're just kind of like flopping around wildly, right?
Oh, it'd be great.
A PS2-ass skater game that just features entirely the cast of all the seasons of MST3K would rule, actually. Imagine Dr. Forrester doing a fucking McTwist.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what we need. We need that. Listen, they are not busy.
Forrester
They'll do
doing
it.
A fucking Christ error, okay? Is this so wrong?
Watch me shred the gnar, geek boy.
I'm sure there's an episode where you get to see Clayton Forrester and TV's Frank on skateboards.
Various doors opening, like have to grind at just the right speed so that the doors, you don't slam into them.
God.
That would be so good.
TV's Frank is a special mechanic where every time he bails out, he does actually die.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Anyway, that's it for now.
Take us out of here, Ben.
Thank you for DJ Cutman for use of Rack on Music. You can email us at thegorgepodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on our social medias, like our BlueSkys, because we're not on Twitter anymore. We've got our Patreon content, patreon.com/thegorge, and this month we're premiering something. When Sarah and Oates get back from their little trip.
Yeah, we're going on vacation.
Yeah.
That's
fuck it. I just want to say it now.
What?
I'm running a tabletop campaign with these guys.
We're doing a tabletop campaign.
Oh my god!
I was like, I'm so jealous of not being on Big Gay Nerds. I want to make my own Big Gay Nerds.
Well, Ben, there's just one very cruel change we'll have to make to your personality for that to work out. I'm sorry in advance to your lovely wife.
Hey, I could be bi.
That's true.
That is true. That is true.
I mean, I'm not. I checked, but
it's okay. Listen, it's the girls and gays and Kevin thing, right? It's girls and gays and Ben. So it's
we can have one honorary straight person on the podcast, but only one.
But only the one.
And he has to do his own campaign. He has to lead his own campaign somewhere else.
That's right.
Anyway, we're gonna do an episode 0, and we're gonna see if people like it, and if they don't like it, then I won't do it. But if they do like it, then I'll do it.
If people don't like it,
if they don't like it, they can fuck off, and you're gonna do it anyway. Because I want to play RPGs with y'all.
Yeah, exactly.
By people, I meant you guys. Like if you don't like my DMing, then I just won't do it.
The likelihood of us not liking your DMing, dude, is like zero. Like it's non-existent, dude. No. So don't worry about that.
Yeah, here's the thing, Ben. The bar. We always say the bar is in hell. Trust me when I say the bar is in hell. I've had some really bad DMs.
I've had some dog shit DMs.
I have. Here's the thing, Ben. I have put up with guaranteed worse GMs than you are capable of being, just because I'm like, well, they're the one who's GMing, so I'll put up with it.
And I'm desperate to play something or other. Yeah.
But I promise you, Ben, you could only be that kind of bad GM if you were just completely inconsiderate of how other human beings think or feel, period.
Yeah,
and that's
exactly.
And that's not a problem, because I care so much what you guys think about me.
That's right. That's
right.
what it... That and improvisational skills are all you need to be a good GM. I think you've got both those.
Yeah, you'll be fine, dude. It's gonna be a fucking blast.
Yeah.
So no, it'll be fine.
So keep monitoring this space. We're gonna premiere that. It'll be really fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Exactly. Once we're back from California, so look forward to that.
All right, that'll do it for us.
What do we got?
It is not exactly.
Keeps killing us.
It's the
dark force that keeps killing members of the podcast.
Who is next?
Whoever's the last to die inherits the podcast.
Shit.
Unfortunately, Sarah and I are both out of the running, so it's going to depend. Now, here's the thing, Ben. Don't worry. Since Oates and Sarah are in the same house, it means that statistically, Oates is likely to die next.
That's correct. So the podcast still gets to be Ben's, which it kind of already is. We'll
say a fuck you to circumstances that prevent the podcast from going smoothly. a huge thank you to Zencastr
Yes,
for being
a good program.
really good at preserving like audio files when someone gets disconnected suddenly.
Yeah, because otherwise it'd be really bad.
They got like 3 layers of redundancy, baby. And if none of those work, you can email them and they'll send it to you.
That's amazing.
Amazing company. If you were thinking of running a podcast, do it through Zencastr.
Yeah, that's free advertisement, baby.
Yeah. They got your fucking back, baby.
That's it. That's all we got. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.